The dense forest surrounding the secluded cabin seemed to breathe with an eerie stillness as Emily and her friends arrived for their weekend retreat. The air crackled with anticipation as the group of 5 settled into the cozy cabin, their laughter echoing through the wooden walls. Emily, a 32-year-old psychologist burdened by her own unresolved past, had organized the trip to provide a reprieve for her friends and perhaps find solace herself. The atmosphere shifted as the solar eclipse began to cast its shadow over the landscape. The friends, unaware of the hidden forces at play, marveled at the celestial dance unfolding in the sky. Little did they know that the cosmic event would become a catalyst for an unsettling convergence of psychological and supernatural phenomena. About halfway to their destination, the group encountered a weathered man, standing alone in a small clearing. His gaze, intense and filled with a strange urgency, locked onto them as they approached. The man's weather-beaten face and worn clothing suggested a life spent in the wilderness. "Travelers," he rasped, his voice carrying a weight of warning. "Y'all tread lightly in these woods. There be something dark here, something that ain't right." Perplexed, the group exchanged glances, curiosity mixed with a growing sense of concern. Emily, always attuned to the human psyche, studied the man's demeanor and sensed an underlying fear. "People've been disappearing. You see," the man continued, his eyes darting to the dense thicket surrounding them. "Strange symbols etched into the trees, and a haunting silence that follows. Ain't no ordinary woods, these." The man's words hung in the air, and a chill ran down their spines. Emily, guided by her profession, probed further. "What do you mean something dark? What symbols? And who's been disappearing?" The man hesitated, as if wrestling with the decision to reveal more. Finally, he spoke in a hushed tone, "Cult, I reckon. They worship the eclipse, believe it opens a gateway to some other realm. People wander too close to their territory, and they're gone without a trace." The friends exchanged worried glances, the gravity of the situation sinking in. The man's warning resonated with an authenticity that couldn't be dismissed. But they pressed on to the cabin. When they got there, they started to make some dinner. After they had eaten, they began to explore the cabin. During their exploration of the cabin, one of Emily's friends stumbled upon a peculiar floorboard in the main room. Intrigued, they pried it open, revealing a hidden hatch carefully tucked beneath the wooden planks. Descending into the secret basement, the friends found themselves in a dimly lit chamber adorned with celestial symbols and flickering candles. It became evident that the cabin held a dark secret, a history, intertwined with the mysterious cult that dwelled in the surrounding forest. The symbols seemed to dance in the low light, mirroring the celestial display above. As the eclipse reached its zenith, the basement's hidden door swung shut with a haunting creak, trapping the friends in the suffocating darkness. Whispers, barely audible at first, grew into a chilling chorus that seemed to seep through the very walls. Panic set in as the friends realized they were not alone. The cult, cloaked in shadow, emerged from hidden corners. A desperate struggle ensued in the dimly lit basement, the flashlights becoming an unexpected weapon in the hands of the friends as they faced the cult's malevolent intentions. The air resonated with the clash of metal, desperate cries, and the unsettling whispers that seemed to command the shadows. With sheer determination, the friends managed to break free from the basement, the eclipse casting an otherworldly glow on the chaos unfolding. As they fled into the forest, the cult pursued them with an unnerving sense of purpose. Celestial symbols carved into the trees marked their path, and the whispers echoed through the dense foliage, urging them to submit to the darkness. The group, now scattered in their frantic escape, faced their own nightmares within the heart of the forest. The cult, seemingly omnipresent, wielded an ancient power that defied reason. Emily, separated from her friends, stumbled through the underbrush, haunted by both the malevolent cult and the resurfacing memories from her own troubled past. The forest seemed to come alive with spectral illusions, blending the line between reality and hallucination. As the whispers reached a fevered pitch, Emily pressed on, determined to unravel the mysteries that bound the eclipse, the cult, and the buried memories together. In the eerie silence that followed, only Emily emerged from the forest, her face etched with a mixture of horror and survival. The cabin, now a looming silhouette against the fading eclipse, stood as a silent witness to the enigmatic events that had unfolded. Haunted by the memories of her friends' fates and the inexplicable terrors of that night, Emily grappled with the aftermath. The celestial symbols lingered in her mind, and the whispers continued to echo in the recesses of her consciousness. The echoes of the man's caution reverberated through her thoughts, a haunting reminder that the darkness ran deep in those woods, and the cult's presence lingered like a shadow, cast by an eclipse that refused to fade. Alexander, a 30-year-old freelance photographer with a passion for capturing the untamed beauty of nature, found himself at a crossroads in his artistic journey. Seeking inspiration and a break from the bustling city life, he set his sights on a remote cabin nestled deep within the woods. The cabin, with its rustic charm and a reputation for mysterious occurrences, had long intrigued Alexander. Its unsettling history only fueled his desire to experience the eerie atmosphere firsthand. Armed with his camera equipment and a yearning for solitude, he embarked on a journey to the cabin, eager to unlock its secrets. As he arrived, the dense forest surrounding the cabin seemed to swallow him whole. Tall, ancient trees loomed overhead, their branches casting long, ominous shadows on the narrow path leading to the cabin's wooden door. The air was thick with the scent of pine, and an eerie silence settled over the area, broken only by the occasional creaking of branches in the wind. Upon entering the cabin, Alexander was greeted by a musty scent, a testament to the years it had stood untouched. The interior, though dimly lit, exuded a rustic charm with its wooden furniture and aged fireplace. Determined to document every nuance of his stay, Alexander set up his camera, capturing the essence of the cabin that seemed frozen in time. As the night fell, a subtle chill settled in the air, and Alexander's excitement was tinged with a growing sense of unease. The silence that enveloped the cabin was broken only by the crackling of the fireplace and the occasional distant hut of an owl. Undeterred, Alexander roamed the rooms, capturing the play of shadows and flickering candlelight. However, as the hours passed, the atmosphere inside the cabin began to change. Whispers, barely audible at first, echoed through the wooden walls. Alexander strained to decipher the source, his senses on high alert. The whispers seemed to be beckoning him, teasing at the edge of his perception. Turning his attention back to his camera, Alexander reviewed the photos he had taken, only to discover subtle anomalies in each frame. Strange shadows danced on the periphery, defying any logical explanation. His rational mind struggled against the growing feeling that the cabin held secrets beyond his comprehension. The flickering lights and sudden drafts added to the sense of foreboding. Alexander, now immersed in the surreal night, continued to document the unfolding events. It was then that he glimpsed dark, indistinct figures at the edge of his vision, fleeting apparitions that vanished whenever he tried to focus on them. The cabin, it seemed, was playing tricks on his perception. As the night wore on, Alexander experienced a series of inexplicable events. Objects shifted places, and the atmosphere crackled with an otherworldly energy. His unease escalated to a state of heightened alertness, and a deep sense of isolation settled upon him. In the early hours of the morning, exhaustion finally overcame Alexander. He sank into a worn armchair, surrounded by the remnants of a night filled with unexplained phenomena. It was then that he heard a voice, a faint murmur that seemed to come from the very walls of the cabin. The voice carried a haunting melody, almost like a forgotten lullaby. Alexander strained to listen, the melody weaving through his tired mind. Was it a remnant of the cabin's past or a manifestation of his own fatigue? The line between reality and imagination blurred, leaving him in a state of surreal uncertainty. As dawn painted the sky with hues of pink and gold, Alexander emerged from the cabin, his camera filled with images that defied explanation. The whispers had ceased, and the mysterious figures had vanished with the night. The cabin, now bathed in the soft light of morning, appeared as ordinary as any other. Haunted by the surreal experiences of the night, Alexander left the cabin with a newfound appreciation for the thin veil between the known and the unknown. The photographs, though capturing only fragments of the inexplicable, served as a testament to a night where reality and the supernatural collided in the depths of the secluded woods. The cabin's secrets remained intact, leaving Alexander with a story that blurred the boundaries of belief and skepticism, forever etched in the lens of his camera.